Hey ladies. I hope you've all had a lovely weekend. So I've had to mess around with my lighting tonight. It's not too bad, is it? I'm not doing makeup demos, so we're okay. Right, let me just pop a few invites. I can actually invite again now. Let's see who we've got here. I'm really excited for this. In fact, I'm excited for this whole bit of training I've put together this last few days. I'm just going to pop a few invites. If you want your if you've got any new team members especially, pop them an invite. But this training is literally for everybody. We're going to start off with the basics for social media. We're going to go through some of the do's and don'ts, some of the rules, and we're going to go a little bit more into some advanced stuff towards the end. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Hey Katie, hi Jane, hey Gemma, caught you live. I know, hi Hannah, hey Katie. Okay, I am just going to give it a few more seconds, but then I'm going to get going. I know 7 o'clock's probably not the best time on a Sunday, but obviously I've got the opportunity live to do at 9. And I didn't want this to kind of get put on the back burner because I'm raring to go. I've even got notes. I'm prepared. So yeah, I sound poorly. I always sound poorly. I'm alright. It might be because we've had a bit of a lazy day today. It's Sunday, so that's kind of our family and chill time day. So in the daytime, I tend to not do much work. It's kind of my day off. But yeah, I don't feel 100%. I haven't felt 100% since November, but hey ho. Okay, let's get going. So if you do want to invite anybody, obviously just pop them an invite underneath. For some of you, when we kick this training off, just stay with me because you are going to know some of this. Hey Maggie, you are going to know some of it already, but I'm going to reiterate it and go over it stay with me because there's going to be parts in here that are new. Now with social media, obviously we've always used Amber's video that's been going around, which is absolutely incredible, but obviously over the last 2 or 3 years things have changed with social media. We've kind of moved on. Times have moved on. Facebook keeps trying different things. Sometimes it's putting business pages in front, sometimes it's putting personal pages in front. And it's changing constantly all the time, so I wanted to do a more up-to-date social media training. So tonight is going to be around the basics with a few tips thrown in, and then later throughout this business bootcamp we're going to touch on some more advanced stuff for those who have been with you a while. So let's get going. I want to take it nice and steady. Fish bait, but leave it as it is. I know. I know. Hey, I wish they would leave us too. So I'm going to take this nice and steady and I'm going to do it for our new starters as though you was just joining. And these are kind of my top social media tips. They're what's worked for me in the past and they're what's working for me currently because I've had to change the way I kind of do things on social media with the changes coming through. Okay, so very basic, and I know you're always yeah. We're going to start with your profile, okay? So if you've just started your unique business, I would highly recommend you concentrate on your profile, solely your profile to start you off. Purely because this is where your warm market is, this is where your hot market is. These are your, Nicholas is on the iPad at the back of it. These are where your family and friends are. So these are kind of going to be the people who support you when you start your business. These are going to be the people that you have already there that are probably going to buy a mascara off you, that are probably going to look into what you're doing a little bit more. So when you first start off, I want you to have your personal profile to start with as your main starting point. I can't get my words out. Point and your main focus. Now how you set that profile up is it's kind of what you've got to remember is when you've been using Facebook and it's not something that you've just been using it for personal reasons before, and you kind of want to transition it so you can open your shop really but not be salesy, and we need to make sure that it looks like it's inviting. and it looks like if your audience are going to come over to it, then they're going to know what you're doing, and it's going to kind of catch them and engage them there. So your profile picture, you want it as a nice smiley picture of you, no kind of cats or dogs, and we say to try and keep it of you, perhaps wearing the unique products, but don't tell anybody. Just a really nice profile, your smiling face there, so people can see it and they know who you are. Okay, so we've got your profile, then your cover photo. So you obviously have a cover photo set for your personal profile, and we say this, you want it so it's something that's captivating. So it could either be a picture of you and your family maybe, and you put a quote over it. It could be a picture of an inspirational quote. It could be an event picture if you've been to an event, a big team picture. So if you're struggling for ideas, go and have a look at my profile, and you kind of see the way I'm going with this. I'll look at any of our elite leaders that we've got within the team, and you'll kind of see that we've all got a familiar theme with our profiles, the way they're set. Okay, then we need to look at your bio. So some of you's probably never even heard of a bio, and I should have probably logged on my laptop actually. Babe, can you just come and pass me my laptop? Because I'm just going to show you where your bio is. So basically, when you set your profile up and you can edit it, you have a section that's a bio, and it's just about 100 characters, which is at the top of your profile, and you can put various things in there. So for me, on mine, I have like mummy, because I'm a mum, MUA, because I'm a makeup artist. I'm going to come back to that in a second. I have mentor and coach, because I'm a mentor and coach to you girls, and I have like a quote, changing lives, on there. So your bio, you want it to be really short and sweet, but again, you want it to be something that's quite captivating for people to see. And then you have a featured photos option. Thank you. Then you have a featured photos option. So you can choose 5 photos that appear in your featured photos that will come at the top of your profile so people can see. And in your featured profiles, like this is kind of where I would recommend, you want 5 photos that reflect who you are. It's really important in this business that you are just yourself, that you don't try to imitate or be anybody else, because if you do that, you're not going to be connecting with your audience, and your audience that you've already got there, they're going to think, who is this person? What are they doing? So it's really important in the business you stay true to who you are, and you want your 5 photos to reflect who you are. So it could be achievements that you're proud of, it could be your family, it could be a vacation that you've been on, it could be something that you want, just 5 photos that reflect you, who you are, that you want people to see. Okay, and then now we've got an additional option. I'm just going to log on my laptop as well so I can show you as I'm going through it. We've got an additional option which is called featured albums. Now I'm not sure if you've seen that, it is quite new, it's never kind of been there before, but you do have an option for featured albums, and you can actually pin the albums to your top of your profile. So for me, I'm going to flick it's just logging me on now, I'm going to flick it round so you can see. So this is kind of my profile, I don't know, can you see it here? So at the minute, obviously, I'm trying to juggle this, I have the Cancun 2018 picture as my profile cover photo, because this is where I intend to be in October, the Mexico incentive trip. So I want to be able to see that and remind me of every day. And it's also good for attraction marketing. So if people come and look at here, they're going to wonder what's going on in Cancun this year. Then I have my profile photo here, which is just me on there. And then if you scroll down, I can take a screenshot and put this in as well. If you scroll down on this right hand side here, you can see my 5 featured photos, and then just above it here is your bio. So I don't think it's not catching this properly, there you go. So just above it here is my bio, and then here you have the option to put in your position, what kind of job you're doing. So when you set up your profile, so that's a good question. Your profile has your business page in. Do you mean in your actual title? Because I always say Like, when you have your profile, I'm Leanne Murphy. I'm not Leanne Unique Murphy or Leanne Unique Presenter Murphy. I'm Leanne Murphy. That's who I am. It's just that you've taken on an extra business that involves Unique, but it's your business, and eventually you're going to be branding it yourself, and we'll touch on branding again in a different training altogether. But you don't want to brand yourself as Leanne Unique Murphy. You want to make sure that you're who you are. And we can talk about business pages and stuff a bit later again, because again, that's a whole different ball game. But I'm Leanne Murphy, and that's who I am, and I would highly recommend that you leave kind of Unique out of any profile that you've got. Also here, I have underneath my position, and it says exclusive Black status leader and mentor at the Glam Success Plan. It's got my website. What you don't want to be putting in your workplaces is Unique Corporate, because if somebody is interested in the products but they're scared to approach you and they click on this link, if you've got Unique Corporate in there, it's going to take them straight to the corporate website or the corporate Facebook page. And if they order or they want to join your team, because it does happen, we do get like the random odd person connecting with us through this way, they're going to get referred to just a different presenter allocated in the area that they live. So please make sure that you've not got that you work at Unique Corporate in your introduction on your page. You need to make sure that if you want to put any website in or a landing page in, you've got your actual website there. And also my website is literally www.theglamsuccessplan.com, because I bought a domain for it. It was really cheap, and I'm going to add it to my list of trainings, because it is an option when you come into your branding to buy a domain, so you've not kind of got your website links on it. Now, what other people can do, and I have mine underneath here, I've got Manages Leanne Murphy Unapologetically You, which is kind of my branding and my business page. Which we're going to touch on in a bit later on, but we're going to go deeper into business pages in a later training, because I'm not the best with business pages, and that's me being entirely honest. However, people who are looking at my profile can click on my business page link, and they can go and click like and follow if they want to follow me over there, okay? And then underneath here, I don't know if you can see, again, I'm going to show you. I'll put screenshots of this so you can see it all. Can you see under here? These are links to my social media accounts. So I've got a link to my YouTube, a link to my Instagram, and then again I've got my website link underneath it, under my featured photos. So this is obviously the desktop version, and it looks slightly different on a mobile. How much is a domain, do you know? Nikki, my domain was, I think it was like $6.99 for my domain, but I will touch on that in a different kind of training, or in a different training, because I don't want to confuse it. And then if you scroll down, you can see my featured albums. So I have one of Nicholas, because obviously I'm really proud of him, and he's who I am, and people are used to seeing him. And then I have one underneath, which is my Unique Events one. So whenever I go to events or I go to travelling with Unique and I upload my photos, I always make sure that it goes into them albums, so that people can come and click on it and they can have a look at what we're doing and the fun that we have and stuff like that. Okay, so they are very useful tools to have. And again, it's all about, it's all about the attraction marketing and how you come across. You want to come across professional. You want to make sure you set up perfectly so people can clearly see what you do without you telling them, if that makes sense. Everything is all about curiosity. We want to create curiosity for people to come and to watch what we're doing and to chat to us and to join in on our videos and join in on our statuses. What we don't want to be doing is verbal diarrheaing or vomiting on everybody. I don't even know why I just said that on a line. Verbally vomiting on everybody. We had no fun, right? Verbally vomiting on everybody about being a unique presenter, because it turns people off, because people automatically presume that you're going to start selling hard to them. And you know people don't like to be sold to. There's a way around of doing it, okay, which again we're going to touch on a different training. So you don't want people to think that you're going to be that person who's going to be the spammy unique presenter. You want to be coming across as a professional business owner, because that's what you are, okay? Now, when you're first starting out, I do recommend that you concentrate on your personal profile, because like I said, that's where your hot and your warm markets are, and that's where we're going to initially start your business from. When you're first starting, what we would recommend, and it's in the New Start Strong system, is you have your launch party, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to set up a Facebook group on your personal profile, which is going to be how you launch your business. And in there, with the help of your sponsor, you're going to run your first launch party, and it's going to be run either probably just a lash bash, so it's really simple. But you're going to send people a message, let them know you're putting them into the group. Don't just add people in because people don't like it. And you want people in there that's going to want to be there and get involved, okay? So you've got your profile set up perfectly. And then you're creating your curiosity. So obviously, again, going back to Start Strong, guys, you would be doing your curiosity page while you're working through this. So don't try and do everything all at once. Just do a little bit at your time. Set your profile up first, then go to your group and set your group up for your launch party. Now, be creative. Don't call it like a unique launch party. Kind of come up with something that's a little bit fun, because what this group is going to turn into then is your customer VIP group. Okay, so can you see how I'm taking you through the simple steps? And this has kind of never really been as this smooth or in place before, because we've all been learning since I started. So we've done the profile, you're going to take them through to your group, which is then going to change into your customer VIP group. Now I'm going to come back to that later. Now, I highly recommend that you choose one platform. Okay, now the key to being successful in this business is not having a successful profile, not having a successful business page. It's whatever platform you choose to use that you commit to and you're consistent with. So if you feel more comfortable using your profile, commit to that and be consistent on your profile, okay? And I promise you, you will get results. If you decide that you want to use a business page because you know how a business page works, because it is a complete minefield to me, which is why Olga or Anna or Houston is probably going to do that training, okay? But if you know how to use business pages and get the best from business pages, and you decide that you want to use a business page, be consistent with it, okay? If you Instagram is where you do all your stuff, use Instagram, but consistency. The difference between somebody being successful and somebody being unsuccessful is because they're not consistent in the platform that they choose to use, okay? So for me, I work off my main profile, and I do have a business page and I do use Instagram, but my main focus is my profile, because that's where I'm consistent, that's where my audience are used to seeing me, and I want to make sure that I'm showing up there every single day, and that's where the majority of my sales come from. That's where I've grew my network, and that's where my team members have come from. Whereas Olga, Anna, Yusina, they've decided a business page is more for them. They've been consistent with a business page. Their audience is used to seeing them on a business page, okay? So don't half-heartedly do both. Do one or the other. But if you are brand new to this business, please start off on your personal profile to go through you getting your customer VIP group set up. That's really important. And then we can look at exploring other options a little bit down the line. Don't worry, catch the replay if you need to. Really quite what you suggest. Maria, I'll come back to the VIP group question at the end if that's alright, just while we kind of go through it, and then I don't lose my train of thought. Okay, so what should I post? That's going to be the next question. What should I post? So in your new Start Strong, in your new launch guide, it gives you an idea on what your first post wants to be, and obviously it's your curiosity announcements when you just get started. And then your daily method of operation, your DMO, will give you an idea of what your post will be surrounded by. Now, I recommend, with your posting, it's quality over, what's the word? Quality over, babe, what's that word? Quantity. Quality over quantity. It's a good job it's here, isn't it? So you could be posting like 10 times a day on your social media platforms, but if you're not posting with value and you're just literally posting and praying and wishing something's going to come of it, nothing's going to work. You need to think about what you're going to post, okay? You need to put some thought into it. You need to provide value to your audience. And you need to make sure that it's not coming across that you're trying to sell to them. So there's a way you can promote your products. There's a way you can promote your business. There's a way you can do your attraction marketing for around your business post. And then obviously post about your personal life in between as well. Because people like you. They want to get to know you. People who connect with me are not going to have a connection with Olga. They're not going to have a connection with Stacey, okay? And that's just how it goes. People connect with people that they can relate to. So just make sure, Daddy, he needs you. Just make sure that you're posting with purpose and not posting with praying. And we're going to talk more, again, about attraction marketing and sales and stuff like that. But if you're stuck, the new DMO forms that your mentor will be plugging you into, whether you're doing uplift, empower or validate, they do have your post on there. And even with mine, I do the validate one, which is 2 hours plus a day, and it only has posts 3 to 4 times a day. And that's because I'm looking at posting more quality. Now sometimes it's more, sometimes it might be less, but the idea is that you're consistent, you provide value, and praying and wishing, and you get your post on there. So we can go through examples and stuff of how to do it, but you want something like something positive, something motivational, something empowering, something that makes people feel good, so they read it and they think, wow, I can really connect with what Leanne's saying, like I'm having a really bad day today and that's just really cheered me up. Or you've got your product selfie, like I always try and do it so I'm not even talking about what my products, so sometimes I'll post and I'll say my brows are, lashes are on fleek, but my brows kind of need doing. So there's kind of ways around, and then you'll see that people, once they start seeing and they realise that you're going to be there over and over again, that's where they'll get to know you, they'll get to like you, they'll get to trust you, okay? So it's kind of a long game. People expect things to happen overnight, and it's not always the case. It can take a long time to build up. And some people have bigger networks, some people have more friends on Facebook already, or the social media that they've got, and some people have next to nothing. So the idea is that we want to build that up, and no matter how long it takes, as long as we're building it up, as long as we're consistent with it, and as long as we're giving people value, they will follow you, and you'll find that the things start to happen naturally rather than trying to force it, okay? We always say try and put an interactive post on there to get you in, so you can see who's kind of engaging and non-unique as well. So you can always see who's watching and who's seeing your post by who's engaging in your non-unique post. Because let me tell you something, even though people aren't liking and commenting on your products or your business posts, people are watching, and they watch all the time, for a long time, some people, okay? And that's why we always say consistency, because can you imagine if Asda just decided to close its doors every now and then for a day or two, and then every now and then they'd be like, oh, we're open today, and then we'd close it again? People are not going to know that you're the unique presenter to come to when they need a new mascara. They're going to come and find somebody who shows up every single day, and they're there on the profile, and even though you're not plastering that you're a unique presenter all over it, they know that they can come to you to get mascara because your shop's open every single day. Don't worry, I'm back on live in a minute. Good, Liz, it's glad to see you back. Okay, so if you are kind of stuck, follow the DMO, because that's what it's there for, the daily method of operation. It's there to help you, and it gives you ideas around your business post. If you're struggling, speak to your sponsor or your mentor, and they will help you word your post, because it could just be a few tweaks that are needed that are kind of, that would make a difference between it being a hard sell post and a sharing post, because that's all we're doing. We are literally wearing products that we love, and I know you won't love them all, but choose the ones that you do. Wear the products that you love, wear them with pride, and share them with your friends, and talk about them all the frigging time. Okay, that's it. That's like the secret sauce. There's nothing else. It's just being proud of what you do and sharing it with other people. And that is exactly the same with the business. Like, for me, obviously, the big attraction for me is I'm a mum. I work at home. We're juggling it around Nicholas, and I use that. So I say, like, I don't want to shove it in people's face who have to go to work and they've not got an option, but I try and use my attraction market where I'll say I'm so grateful that this business has allowed me to stay at home, because today Nicholas is poorly and I've not had to stress about getting an emergency holiday from my boss. Okay, little things like that, people seeing it over time and then watching you will catch their attention, because there was somebody out there that's thinking, I need to be able to do that. I've had to ask for an holiday and they've told me I'm not going to get paid for it. And my little boy's sick. Do I stay at home? Do I go to work? Okay. And then I appreciate that not everybody's got children. So find something that your audience is going to connect with. If you've got a hobby, if you go to Slimming World, if you go out walking, if you go traveling, if you go, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm looking outside. It's snowing here. It keeps snowing. Sorry, that's really distracting me because it's behind it. I've got another window behind this camera. But find something that your audience will connect you with and use it, because that is your branding. That is your branding. That's who you are. So use it to your advantage. Okay. So we've gone through how many times consistency. Okay, we've gone quality over quantity. Okay. Be yourself. Be yourself. That I cannot reiterate that enough. Just be yourself. Like everything that I have done when I've tried to be like somebody else has not worked for me. So please don't make that mistake, because I have tried to be like other people and it's just not who I am, and people can tell if you're not genuine to people and you're coming across like, or you post something that you wouldn't normally say because you've copied and pasted it from somebody else. If you're going to do that because you need inspiration from a post, put your personality into it, put your own spin on it, change it to how you would talk. Because how I talk is not how Elizabeth would talk, it's not how Jodie would talk, it's not how Charlie would talk, or how Rebecca would talk. So when I help you with sponsoring, and I help you with sales posts, and I help you with your online parties, and I give you ideas for messages, it's because they work for me, because that's how I talk, okay? So you need to make sure that if you're going to copy that, or you're going to send that out to somebody, or you're going to duplicate it, please put your own spin on it, because people will know it's not you if you don't. And it kind of gets rid of that authenticity, okay? So here's a tip for you as well. When we're posting, we know that Facebook algorithms, and I'm not going to go into too much because we've got brand new presenters who are watching this training, and Facebook algorithms are a nightmare, like a nightmare. All you need to know in relation to Facebook is sometimes some of your posts do not get put into your friends' news feed, and it's the people that you don't interact with a lot. So this is why we say that you always need to be trying to build relationships and interaction. And I think people confuse it when they see like a task on their DMO that says like or comment on 20 non-presenters posts, and they just kind of scroll through and they just like, no, I need to do this, I need to post that, and they just randomly comment because they're told to do it. That's not what it means. The key, always at the back of your mind, you need to remember that you're running a business, okay? And you want to build genuine relationships with people. So if you're just willy-nilly commenting on people's pictures and profiles, or because it tells you have to do, you're just going to stay commenting for years, because you're never going to get any results back from it. You want to keep an eye on who you're interacting with, and you need to build genuine, and you want to give them a genuine compliment and start off commenting on the profiles. But the idea is once they start interacting back with you, you can then take it to an inbox, and that's where the magic happens, okay? So again, like we're saying on your profile, post with intention, quality over quantity. It's exactly the same when you're going interacting with people, when you're going commenting on other people. Like, you need to be genuine again, and you want to find something that you've got in common with them people, okay? And here's a tip that I've learned recently from Bob Heilig, and you need to get your pens and papers, because even those of you who are watching this, who've been with me for a while, this is something new for you too. It's called the 10-10 rule, okay? So I kind of mix it up a little bit. Sometimes I spend a little bit longer than 10 minutes, maybe around 15 minutes, 20 minutes, never over 20 minutes. But If you have a really important post that you want people to see, so maybe a business post, you're posting about the business opportunity, or maybe you're posting a product post, or maybe you're about to go live. Now, you want, before you do that important post, as much interaction from your friends, who you're friends with on your social media platform, as possible. Now, Bob, and I've been trialing this, and it works amazingly well. He recommends, and I recommend to you, 10 minutes before you do your post, or 10 minutes before you go live, go to your inbox, and you can see who's active and who's online, okay? Have a scroll down. Obviously, you don't want unique presenters. Don't start chatting to your friends, ladies, your Y presenters. Do not start chatting to them. You want friends and family who are on there, who are kind of your target market, your target audience, okay? And just go and pop them a wave, pop them a hello. See if you can have something that you've got in common. Ask them how they are. Just anything, but you want that to be a genuine conversation, okay? Because what's going to happen is when you go live or when you do your post, Facebook is going to put you into their newsfeed because you've recently interacted with them. So it's going to think, hey, Leanne's BFFs with Claire. I'm going to go and put Leanne in her newsfeed, and Leanne's live right now. So Claire will notify Claire that Leanne's live, and she can go and watch him because they've just been chatting, okay? That's how people who get more interaction on the lives, on the profiles, that's how they're doing it. So they're spending that time beforehand, literally 10 minutes, building some interaction and communication with people who are online. Then they're going live, or they're doing the post. And then here's the key part, the follow-up. So fortune in the follow-up is not just when it comes to your customers and your products. Like, you should be following up with people who are interacting on your post. And you don't want to do it. I see people commenting back, and it's great on the actual post, but go into inbox. So everybody who's liked your video or commented on your video, or especially if they've shared it, pop them a message. Hey Claire, I saw you watching my live. Thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot. It's a little bit scary when you hit that live button. So to see somebody there supporting me who I know means a lot. Okay? Simple as that. Another one, hey Claire, thanks so much for sharing my video. It means the world to me. Just really simple. If they've commented on something, just go back and answer the comment in an inbox, because it's an excuse to start talking to them, to start building the relationship with them. Okay, so 10 minutes before, after, when you're doing your live or your post, and then 10 minutes after you want to spend it. And if it takes you longer than 10 minutes, I would spend longer on it, because that is technically an income producing activity, because it's building a relationship with the hope that you're going to turn it into a sale or a business partner. So it's something that I would spend some time doing. Okay, and then when you're following your DMO and it's telling you about these messages to send to people, this is the messages send. It's not just wanting you. The DMO is not just designed for you to go messaging random people. It is designed for you to remind you that you do need to be sending them messages out to build your business. But obviously it's the actions that you're doing before that will give you people to message, okay? And then something that I've seen Amanda Lawrence do, which is an amazing idea, and it goes beyond having a customer database. And again, that will be covered on a different training, so don't worry too much. But anybody who likes or loves her product post as well, she makes a note of it, and she actually makes a note of what it is. So if I posted a picture of a mascara and someone's liked it, she just jots them down to say Leanne mascara post, because it's obviously that they're watching and they like it. And then if she does it again on the same product, so she sees where she's getting a likes and comments from on the different products, so then she'll run with the lashes, or she'll run with mascara posts. And if the same person is liking and commenting, and like, she pops them a message. And it's something that's new to me. I've picked it up this weekend, and it's something that I'm going to try, and I think it works well with this 10-10 thing that Bob's saying. But again, if someone's liking and commenting persistently or hearting, pop him a message and say, oh my god, did you see my lashes? It's the best mascara I've ever used in my life. You would love it. Okay, and see what they say. Yeah? or they can come back to you and say, yeah, it looks amazing, but I don't want one right now. And you just carry on. Oh, well, thanks. Thank you so much for liking my support. It means the world to me. Okay? So it's just little tiny things that you need to be doing that will put your DMO in place. Okay? That will help you. Lives, I know they're scary. But as soon as you go live, you go to the top of everybody's news feed. I don't know if you've seen when you go onto your news feed and you go to scroll, or you shouldn't be scrolling, but you get all the little red circles at the top and it tells you who's live. And if people are following you and they see you live, they're going to click on it and come and join it and come and watch it. So lives, I know they're scary, and for those who are new, if you're just starting out and you're scared of doing it, ask your mentor or your sponsor to do a joint live with you, because we will do a live with you. I will do a live with anybody. If you're struggling with lives and you've not got the confidence to do one, come and jump on and get ready with me. We'll do our makeup together, okay? Do one with your sponsor. There's always somebody there who will help and support you. Find another Y sister that's also a little bit scared of doing them, and do joint lives together until you build the confidence up to do them yourself, because I promise you that they do make a difference to your business. And let me tell you something else as well, and I shouldn't have deleted it because I should have shared it in here, but Manuel can verify this, and some of you caught me last night. They don't always go to plan. So I did a live last night and I wanted to do a makeup demo, and my lighting just would not work. I looked green. I don't know what was going on with my lighting, because it's lighting that I've used before, but everything in the background looked purple and I looked green. Like, I looked green, and no matter what we did with the lighting at home, we could not fix it. So everybody were laughing. It was 10 minutes. 10 minutes, babe, did it go on for about while we was trying to fix the lighting? Yeah. Everybody was laughing. I looked green. I made fun of myself. We had a laugh. People told me to carry on with it, but I decided that I was going to do my makeup in the bathroom and then just post a picture, okay? So they go wrong. It's fine. Let him go wrong. Nicholas Gate crashes mine. He comes trying to do my makeup or puts makeup on himself. People love it. They love it because you're human, okay? And I really wish I deleted it by accident. I intended to keep it, but I was in a rush because I was going over to Claire and Chris's for tea, and I was trying to get this makeup done, and I just deleted it, and I wish I wouldn't have done, okay? So yeah, join up with each other, help each other with lives, okay? Because to do joint lives, Janine, it's basically you literally turn your phone to the side instead of straight. Somebody goes live, the other person goes on to watch. You can see all these little green things that I've got down. You press it, you invite them onto your live. It's easy as that. But look at all these ladies who don't mind going live. If you're struggling and they're in your team, pop them a message and do joint ones together. We're all here to help each other, okay? Don't be scared of pressing that live, and don't let it hinder your business because you're scared of doing it. And I still do get scared of doing it. And I remember the first time I was terrified. And I remember the first time I even did a video, it took me 12 months to do one. So I do understand, and I have been there, and I know it's a process, but I also come out the other side by working on myself and personal development. So use the help that's there. Okay? When you're going live as well, again, it's down to consistency. You want to go live minimum 3 times a week if you can. Some people do daily lives, some people do 4 or 5, but you want minimum of 3 times a week if you can get on lives, okay? If you're stuck for ideas of what you should be doing, I've uploaded a file that's got 90 days of live ideas, okay? If you go to the files section of the group, just click on it and it'll give you some lives ideas. But social media, the way social media is at the minute, they love people going live and they just push it to the top. And I guess it's just because we're changing with the times. Like, everything's changed. When I started, you couldn't even post videos on it. It was pictures, text, then it went to videos, now it's gone to lives, and I'm sure there'll be other things that come out. So that's why we need to make sure we're constantly moving and with the way the things are changing, okay? And I do believe there is video options as well on Instagram, so if Instagram's your thing, you can still go live on Instagram and do stories on there and stuff as well. That's another thing that I've just started using, which is a really good tool as well. So in your messenger and on your actual profile, you can upload a picture, which is your story, and people can view it. So if you upload a picture to your story, you can then actually see who's viewed it, and then you can go and message them, because they're obviously watching or else they wouldn't be looking at it. So it's another way as well, if you're stuck, because it says message 5 people today, go and have a look, do something simple like that, do a task and then wait for the results to come in, and then go and do your messages instead, again, just messaging on a whim, because that's what gives us a bad name. That's kind of what we don't want people to do, because it's not good practice. So always at the back of your mind, again, it's like posting with purpose, you're messaging with purpose, okay? Choose who your target audience is, and this is going to be something that I'm going to touch on a different training, because I think we can go over it briefly now. But I watched some social media training done by Sue Westerdale, and it was incredible. And basically it's around creating your avatar, and she spoke about it at Empower You. So I'm going to put some sheets in on how to create your customer avatar, on how to create what you would love your profile avatar to be. I'm going to post some forms in, and then I'm going to come in, I'm going to do some training on designing your avatar, because you want to have a target audience in mind, because my target audience is going to be different to your target audience, okay? And if you have your avatar or your target audience in mind, when you're doing your post, you post to them, because that's who you want to talk to, that's who you want to speak to. So it's a little bit like colour personalities, like everybody connects to different things, okay? And this is your customer avatar as well. So when you sit down and you think about it, like for me, my probably ideal customer avatar would be somebody who's between 25 35, maybe a stay-at-home mom. They don't wear makeup most days, but when they do, they like to look glam. They've got little boys, maybe fussy eater. You've probably seen at the minute I'm fussy eater. So I'm quite specific of who my audience is. And when I'm posting, if you go to my Facebook, it'll reflect it. Everything that I'm telling you now, you will be able to clearly see who my target audience is, because that's who I post to, because that's who I want to speak to. So if you're an older lady, have your target audience as your older lady, okay? Do makeup tutorials for the more mature lady on how to do hooded eyes, on how to get rid of fine wrinkles, stuff like that. If you're younger, you're a student, you're at uni, kind of design your avatar around there, because you'll have a lot more success if you know who you want to speak to and who you want to attract with you, okay? And you can do the same with your profile. Think about an amazing profile that you would want to follow and design your profile around that. And it's the same with business pages, but we'll touch on that more in depth another day, and I'll get you the forms uploaded, okay? So we've gone through the post with purpose and the 10-10. Now, if you are wanting to use another platform, so say you use your personal profile. So for me, I've worked on my personal profile for 3 years solid, and now I've decided, yeah, I do want to give a business page a go. So it's not going to be like a massive focus. I'm not going to take myself away from my main platform, but I am going to try something else. If you do decide to do that, please do not neglect the platform that you're working on now, because your results will drop, and if the consistency goes, that you're going to have 2 areas that are not working for you, okay? So you need to make sure you're 110% successful in one area before you go to another or try another. But I do know people who are successful in other areas, and I will give you the training for that if it's something that you want to try, because I'm not for holding anybody back. I'm here to get it all out, and you access what you want and you choose what's right for you, okay? But again, that's going to come under a more advanced kind of social media training. Business pages are a big contradiction out there at the minute, but they are working for people. So it depends whether, if you do choose that you want to do it, you need to be willing to invest time, because it's not something that's going to happen overnight for you. It's going to take time, it's going to take commitment, and it's going to take consistency. And I know people who've been working business pages over 12 months and they're only just seeing results from it. So bear in mind, it's a long game, okay? But we're always learning, and I always say try new things, because it might take off for you like in a week. It might take somebody else 6 months or 12 months, okay? You do what's right for you, but you need to make sure that you're learning on it, that you know how they work and what you need to be doing, okay? Because there's no point in starting something if you don't know how to do it. You need to know how to do it, okay? And there's lots of training and books and stuff out there for you to learn yourself and courses. What I will advise, and I don't recommend it for anybody, especially if you don't know what you're doing, please don't pay for advertising. You don't need to pay for advertising or for boots that you're doing, like for boosts, sorry, not boots. Don't pay for it unless you know. If you've done some courses in target marketing and Google Ads and all this stuff, and you know how to do it and pay to it to get successful boosts, then obviously I'm not going to stop you. But please do not be paying for things, because we're here to make money, not lose money. So I don't really recommend that you do that. Groups, okay. Groups. Here's some do's and don'ts for groups. So I've spoke to you about setting your initial group up, which you're going to run your launch party in with the help of your sponsor. You don't have to do it alone. Your sponsor will help you. Obviously, you need to add your own family and friends, or they can't do that. And then that will turn into your customer VIP group that you want to be consistent in there. You've got your inspiration ideas from the files in the groups and stuff to get you started on what you should be posting and how you post it, until you build the confidence up to do your own themes and stuff yourself, okay? But I'm talking about now groups, like buy and sell groups, hobbies groups, stuff like that. So there's some do's and don'ts, and there's some important rules that people are not aware of. People are successful using groups to recruit. They are successful using groups to sell, and it's not because they go into the group with the intention to do that. It's because they use groups to build relationships. So they'll find a hobby group, something like a common interest that they've got. They go into the group, they make friends, they add them on the social media platform, they get to see what you're doing, a relationship forms, and then later down the line, they become a customer or they become a presenter. It's not something that's a quick fix, okay? So please don't like spam groups. Now there's group etiquette as well. If you see another presenter in a group that you join posting, please don't go and post over them, because that's not how we do things. Leave that group alone, okay? Or at least let the post die down for a couple of days and then do your post. Now, in groups, you can promote the business. You can promote the business in the groups. I would recommend not talking about unique. If you decide that you want to give groups a go, the way I kind of have worked them in the past is I have a picture of me or me and Nicholas, and I give a little bit about my story, because I always think it's important that you lead with the why before the what or the how, okay? So I always kind of share a little bit about my story. I'll kind of say, hi, I'm Leanne. I'm mum to a little boy, Nicholas, who's 3. I started a home-based business 3 years ago with a view to supplementing my income, my maternity pay at the time, but it's resulted in some life-changing things for us. If you'd like to hear more of my story, comment below or pop me a like below or something like that. And if people start interacting or they want to hear more, that's where I take the conversation to Facebook, to Messenger again. So you can promote your business in groups, but please don't do it so it's in a spammy way. Do it in a nice, professional way that you're going to get engagement from. What you can't do is sell products in groups. So you can't go into group and post about your products. You can't share your live tutorials into groups. You can't share anything that's relating into you trying to get customer sales or about the unique products into groups. It's not allowed. It's against the presenter agreements, okay? I need to tell you something as well, and it goes back to the bio. If this is really important too, like on my bio, I have that I am an MUA because I'm a qualified makeup artist. I have been and done a course and got a certificate, and I have all my makeup artist discounts with MAC, with NARS, with Illamasqua, whoever, because I am a qualified makeup artist. Because you're a unique presenter who we are doing lives, we are sharing tips, we're talking to people about recommendations, but that's not because you're a makeup artist or a cosmetologists or whatever they're called, that's because you're somebody who loves some products, you've gone and researched your products on your back office, so you know about them, you're informed about them, you've become a product expert, so then you can share them with other people and recommend them to other people. And that is really, really important. We cannot be making any false claims, because if anything happens, it will come back and back you on the bum. Because qualified makeup artists and cosmetologists and beauticians and people like that, they have insurance. So if they're telling somebody that they're a makeup artist and they're doing a one-to-one and something happens, then they're covered by their insurance, okay? So please make sure that you are true to yourself. You're a unique presenter, okay? And you're just there to help and advise. If a customer asks you a question and you don't know how to answer it, come and find somebody who does, because we're more than happy to help you, okay? Make sure as well, like, and this is going to come more in depth on sales, but just make sure that your customer is your #1 priority and not you trying to get a sale, okay? So that's kind of a little bit of do's and don'ts and a little bit of serious parts. We've touched on your VIP groups. Okay, so VIP groups, if you're not getting much interaction with your VIP group, you could either revamp it, so change the name of it. This is a good way of getting interaction, because people forget groups are there, but if you change the name of your VIP group like monthly, they'll get a notification that you've changed it. So change the theme each month. And if you're struggling for people not seeing the post in there, go to your group members, scroll through them and go and start messaging them and have a conversation with them and let them know that you're revamping your VIP group, and you'd love for them to stay and to keep your eye out there. And obviously a good way is some like engaging or interaction post. If it's really, really flat, then you can set another customer VIP group up, which people have done and it's worked, so it's just what works for you. Giveaways, just another one. So with Younique, we are not allowed to publicly give away Younique products for competitions, for liking and sharing business pages or posts. However, you are allowed to do giveaways, which is really confusing. So if you wanted somebody to like and share your business page, and you wanted to do a giveaway, you could say that you was giving some freebies away, like and share, and it's a surprise gift bag or a surprise box or a surprise gift for you. If you want to send Younique products, that's for you, but what you have to ensure is that them Younique products reach the person that they're going to, because if they complain to you to compliance, you can get in trouble, and I don't want anybody getting in trouble from compliance. So you can do giveaways. If you're going to use Younique products, you're not allowed to tell your audience that they're Younique products, okay? Raffles, you're not allowed to do them. You need a gaming license for them. I know people do them in private groups, and that's down to you at your own risk, but raffles, you have to have a gaming license for you. They can get in trouble. So please don't be publicly doing raffles on your profiles, on your business pages, etc. And to be honest, you can't build a sustainable business on raffles or discounted products and flash sales. Like, when you do stuff like that, they should be personal for your customer VIPs, and they should be a one-off so they feel special. But we're going to go more into that when we cover sales training. So, social media in a nutshell. Does anybody have any questions? Do you feel that you're more informed? Do you feel more happy as this training helps? I would love to get some feedback from you. If you feel that something's missing, let me know as well, because we can cover it on a different time. But this is kind of social media, the basics, from getting your business started to where we should be at now with it. So I'm hoping it has helped. Let's see. No questions. How do you post freebies in your VIP on your profile without getting in trouble? Hang on, how do you post freebies in your VIP on your profile without getting in trouble? I'm not reading that. Liz, just explain what you mean. Lizzie, just explain a little bit more of what you mean. Brilliant, things that I've let slip as well, things I've never thought about. Fantastic, Alison, I'm glad that's helped. Amstar, light bulb moments. See, so it's even helped some of our girls that have been here with us quite a while, so I'm glad that has. So watching this one, play with far. Fab info. Okay, so I'm really glad that it's helped. yes, miss a start. It's fine, you can catch up on it, and I am going to upload it to YouTube as well, and in our pinned post that's going to be expanding, because I want to try and keep everything into our team group. So launch group didn't turn into my VIP group, does that matter? Right. No, if your launch group didn't turn into your VIP group, it doesn't matter. It's just for me, because there's so many groups out there. For me, the way I kind of do things and do things with my new starters, for me it makes sense that they have the group to do the launch party in, and then that just automatically becomes the VIP group. It just makes sense. And then obviously as they get more customers, they can add more people into the VIP group. And then I probably missed this off as well, but if you do have your VIP group, like every so often when you're doing a post on Facebook or when you're doing a live, you can engage people on your profile and then transfer them to your VIP group. So you could say, I was so tired tonight, look at my amazing concealer. I'm going to show you how to get results like these over in my VIP group. The link's in the comments. So if you are wanting to do things like that, make sure you always put links in comments, because Facebook, if it's got a link in the text, it's not liking it. So make sure you always say that the link's in the comment, or just post the link in the comments so people can see and they can just add themselves. But the way if you think about it, the way your social media works is it's a platform, a landing platform for your audience. So you're going to get your initial engagement on your profile or on your business page or on Instagram, okay? So you're kind of hooking them in on your profile, and then you want to take it to an inbox as quick as possible, because that's where you can build a relationship. And it's not necessarily that you go into an inbox straight away to message them about a product or about the business. That's not what I'm saying, and that's not what the DMO is telling you to do. When you're messaging people, it's always got to be with purpose. So if you've engaged them on your profile with, it could be anything. Like this week I've been talking about Nicholas with his fussy eating, because we're really struggling with it. So everyone who's commented then, I've gone to my inbox and I've started a conversation with them, because I've got something in common. I'm able to talk to them openly. It's not forced, okay? So I'm hooking them on my profile, I'm taking them to my inbox, which is where you build the relationship, okay? And that's where the magic happens. And that's the difference between posting and wishing and posting with intention and thinking about what you're doing and giving value, and instead of value, quality kind of stuff, and connecting with people. Because let me tell you now, I'm 3 years into this business and I still get new customers and I still get new team members, okay? So if you're thinking that Younique's saturated, it's not. It's your Facebook that's saturated, and it's because you interact mostly with all your Y sisters and you're not interacting with your audience, okay? So you need to kind of switch it back. You need to make sure that you're interacting with the people that are going to help you. They're going to help you. So you need to remember that it's good chatting all day with our Y sisters and supporting each other and jumping on the lives and commenting. It's amazing, and I always say do that, especially if you're starting and you've got new team members. But long-term gain, you need to be thinking about your business as well. So you need to make sure that your newsfeed is having other people in there and it's not just full of Younique presenters, because I promise you, we are not even getting started yet, okay? So I made the mistake of adding everyone on my friends list. It's okay if they're all there in your VIP group. Just try and get that VIP group going. But I'm going to do a completely separate training on VIP groups. How to promote your gift to get them interacting in your VIP. So if it's in your VIP group, Lizzie, and it's secret, you've got a little bit more interaction. So you could put something like a free, like you don't even have to say it's a Younique lip gloss. You could say like, oh, let's play a lip gloss, and last person to comment lips before I say gloss gets a lip gloss. They know it's Younique, you know it's Younique, but the way you're posting, it doesn't publicly say it. And then if you're going to do that though, like I say, you need to make sure whoever wins that, they get it at the other end. So that's kind of how you do it. But giveaways, they're a completely different ball game, and you just have to be mindful that you can't go on lives unless you're talking about hostess rewards, and obviously they're not a given certain. But you can say, if you're promoting online parties, what's in it for you? You might get some free products by hosting an online party. You can do stuff like that. But if you're doing giveaways for likes and shares and to get into VIP groups and stuff like that, you just need to be really careful at how you word it. Yep, a friend on my Facebook friends list. I'm the same, Ali. I've connected with loads of new people recently and they're like, I've never even heard of it. What is it? Okay, so that's answered logic intent. Okay, so I think that's everything. So yeah, please, if you've got any new team members or you think anybody would benefit just from a recap, get them to watch this video, okay? But it's going to stay in here. I'm going to hashtag it social media. You're going to notice that there's going to be a lot of training that's got hashtagged and stuff, and it's just so it's easier for you to search on it. And I'm also going to put it up onto YouTube as well. So I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will see you all later.